Hey guys, welcome back. We've got a new event going on, this light versus dark. We've got some pretty challenging dungeons, so we should talk about those for a little bit. I want to go over a couple things before we go over to those event dungeons. We've got Augustus and Overlord Executum in the portal. I've almost got enough tokens for Augustus up to the 6-star level, so I'm going to hold off here. And Overlord Executum, they've been giving out, at least recently, it's still been just the 10 tokens per unlock, which is really, really low. So I'm going to hold off on this one, but we've got a lot of gems that we can use on one of their summons events pretty soon. And then one other thing to pay attention to is that the My Dungeon has got some really good rewards right now. A lot of times the rewards for the tournaments in My Dungeon haven't been so great lately. I guess especially if you've already got Pontifex up to 6-star. A lot of times it's just for him and there aren't that many tokens, but we've got some really good Evos in there right now. So it's a good idea to try to get up as far as you can on that tournament board. Alright, let's check out these dungeons. So once again, we've got easy, medium, hard, and very hard versions of these dungeons. Alright, we'll take a look at them here. Now if you go through, I believe the first two, you can use any characters you want. If we just go ahead and click next here, you can use characters of any type. Right, so I put together a team that had some different characters in here. I think a lot of the nature type just to get through the easy and medium versions and didn't have too much trouble. I think even on medium, ended up using Bovaseldoro. They've got like a Sifu character that's near the end, that may be the final boss there, and he can do a lot of damage even for this medium level. But if you use Bovaseldoro, you can push his energy back. Make sure he doesn't use that Fury kick or whatever that skill is that could do a lot of damage. So not too much to worry about though with easy and medium. When you get up to hard and very hard, it really ramps up. First of all, you've got a restriction on who you can use. Let's look at hard first. So you can only use light characters here, and I want to talk a little bit about the teams that I use to go through here and get 3-star victories and kind of the challenges generally. So I did end up using the new character. The biggest reason is that you're going to go against a lot of dark characters, and they're going to have a 30 to 45% damage increase on any light characters you have unless you bring this guy along. So his trait that removes that ability gives you a huge advantage because you're still going to maintain your attack advantage against dark types, but you're not going to have to suffer that extra damage. And at least until this recent update, I can't confirm right now, but I think it's still the same way. You can't receive any critical attacks from dark, so they don't have an attack boost, and you're not going to get a critical attack, so you should be good if you can bring him along on your team. I think the team that I used, I ended up having Augustus as well, and Emily, and I think I brought in Echo. So I had that group, which worked together well. You could also bring in Sifu. I think I may have, for some of the times when I was switching in and out, I brought Sifu instead of Echo. That gave me 3 healers, which was a nice way to go through the level. Not too much worry and threat then. If you take some big hits, you can always rerun this, but that wasn't too bad to get through that hard level. Now, very hard was where the real challenge came in. But the challenge was a little different than some of the challenges we've had with other events like this. So I'll show you the team I used, and we'll talk about what caused trouble. So this was the team that I used to go through the dungeon, and I'll tell you that the key was really Pontifex. So Pontifex, using that Chaos Storm, I used it at the beginning of the first round, or the first floor, the second floor. You just did a energy potion to restart with his, and then I think just about maybe not the third one if they had a smaller number of characters there, and then starting again on the final boss. I think it was like a 4-floor dungeon. Something like that, but it was really key. And the challenging part, I would say, there's one character type that's like Willow in there, and it's got that boomer skill, and it can do a ton of damage. It's a fast character, and so there's no control. You can't do anything about it. I mean, you could bring a fast character, but I've ran into some floors where there were like 3 of the Willow type character, and if 2 of them use that boomer skill, you could knock out anyone on your team. Even with a 6-star fully ascended Pontifex, 1 hit from the boomer skill took him down to a sliver of health. And without any real healers, it makes it a lot more challenging. So, there wasn't much more to it. If you don't get hit with boomer, it's not that challenging of a level. If you do get hit with it, you're just about knocked out. So I just ended up doing it a number of times. I think it probably took maybe even the 5th time. I was just kind of casually going through. Didn't get hit by anything that was too hard. Might have taken 1 or 2 hits, but at least it was spread out and sporadic, and not on someone that was going to take more damage from it. It was okay if I took that hit from Overlord Executum. I could handle that a little bit better, but Pontifex just about wiped him out. And I think Braum as well. He's, a fair bit squishier. So that was really the thing. It didn't end up taking that much strategy, just high-level characters and getting through without just the luck of not getting hit with boomer. So that's all I would say for that. Good luck with it. If you're having any trouble, just stick with it. Try to get through. The groups do change each time you enter in the dungeon, so you'll get a different group, and if you go enough times, you'll have a good shot at not getting taken out with that boomer skill. It does look like they've taken care of that potion trick we used to do to be able to shut off the game, pull it back up, and get the potions refreshed in there. It looks like they're bringing you back to the first level now, the first floor of that dungeon. So that will be sorely missed on some of these more challenging dungeons, but it does put us all on that same even footing again. Alright, so that is most of what I wanted to talk about for these new dungeons. I think we're going to have a video coming up here shortly to show a new team I've got going through for the gold island here. Just a fast way to jump through that gold island. Similarly, I had someone in the comments that was asking about any benefits you get for 3-starring these dungeons on the challenge mode. And to my understanding, the only real benefit you're going to get is that you can quick loot them. There's lots of great characters you can go through here. That's where I'm getting a lot of the Augustus tokens from. We've got him showing up, I think, in a couple of these levels. And then if you refresh, you can usually get, for a relatively low cost, you can get a couple more tries. I think I mentioned in another video I've gotten about up to this level. So that's the only benefit I know of. If you finish them, I think most people probably know by now, every time you finish one of these chapters, you get a good chunk of tokens for the new character. And so that's a benefit as well. Otherwise, there are some throughout here that I don't have all the way up to the 3-star. And there's not a real benefit to getting that if it doesn't have a character you want to farm for. At least not for now. So that's it for now. We'll come back in shortly and have some other videos. Thanks again for watching.
If you liked this, then you're going to love what we have coming out next. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more mobile gaming videos, or check out the rest of the channel for more tips and tricks. If you don't have this game yet, feel free to download it from the sponsored link in the video description below. These downloads help to support the channel and help us to continue to put out more great videos. Thanks again for all your support, and come back soon as we continue our quest, seeking every possible advantage.